has got a lot more damage than I thought. I don't like that. Guess what time it is? It is charger time. This bad girl has driven inside the shop for its last time. The next time this thing drives out, it's gonna have a Hellcat. It's gonna have a full restoration. It's gonna have all sorts of awesomeness done to it. Then, we're giving it away to you. A couple of months ago, the old owner, Bill's brother, Robert, came out. And so we took him on his final ride in the Charger. So how long has it been since you've driven this car?
It's been 30 plus years.
This car sat in a barn back at their house in Wyandotte, Oklahoma.
I better slow her down. I don't need a souvenir from me from.
So this old girl, she has some power, but I can't wait until it gets more. Can't wait for that Hellcat.
Heck yeah. So Robert got to feel the pure power of that 69 440. That thing is gonna not even be able to hold a candle to the Hellcat we're putting in this. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna time this on the quarter mile, and then once it's rebuilt, we're gonna be doing the same thing with the Hellcat. See which is gonna be better. I don't know, what do you guys think? 440 is gonna give it a run for its money. Okay, let's get this thing back to the shop. So that was the final drive with Robert. He thoroughly enjoyed it, but the next time that he gets to drive this car, it's gonna be fully restored and have a Hellcat engine in it. Now this 69 Dodge Charger is my dream car. It's gonna take me a while to make it perfect, but that's fine. Once we hit 1 million subscribers, we're giving this car away to you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of walk around. We're gonna show and talk about exactly what we're gonna do to this car. So this fender's pretty solid. There is a big old dent here. There's some surface rust. Ooh, dent there. We're gonna go get a Sharpie and we're gonna mark up everything that I can fill with my hands. Dent. There's a dent. That means ocean. So there's a bunch of grinder marks. The previous owner ground off all the paint and then put this yellow primer on. So this primer's been out in the sun. You can see from the first video that we got this back in March, it's a little bit different color. That's because it was out in the sun, and primer has no UV protectant. So when the sun beats down on it, it totally breaks it down. This primer is junk. We're gonna have to strip it all off, all the way back down to bare metal. Rust forming here. We're gonna need to get that emblem off. Big old dent here. Oh, wow. Rust spot. Connect the dots. It's like the Big Dipper. Depending on what this looks like once it's stripped down, we might have to change the roof panel. That door seems pretty solid. The quarter panel's got some rust right here. Rust here, there, here. Dent.
Forgot some rust.
All right, so we got a bunch of rust back here on the back panel. So we're gonna mark this out.
Oh, you've got another one.
Rust bubble. There's a dent here, rust here. There's a hole here, hole there.
Hole here.
There must be some trim that used to be on there. Put an X. That just means the whole deck lid. So you can actually see there's just specks of rust everywhere. These cars are notorious for rusting down here in the bottom of the gutter. Not on this car. A very, very smart human being put in drain pipes, and they're copper tubing. It's got a hole right here, and it goes all the way down to the back side of the tire. It's wavy as an ocean. Our gutter needs to get cleaned out. Ooh, dent. The door's pretty solid. Oh, run. We'll get that taken care of.
Is that a dent, or am I just filming?
Dent. Hillbilly's tuning his hand in. It's getting trained up. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more, but this is just a real quick rundown. Now I'm not doing anything to the hood because guess what? We're replacing it. You can actually see where the water has pooled from it sitting outside, and it's rusted out where these lenses go. It's probably from when it got primered. The rust is just growing all the way around it. Yeah, we could just sand this and paint it and give it away to somebody, but that's not what we do. I don't want to give something to somebody that's gonna fail. So now that we've got this all assessed, the next thing to do is start taking it apart. We're gonna pull the hood, the fenders, and just strip this front end down. We're gonna take the outer sheet metal off and try to get the front bumper and grill out of this thing, and hopefully we can get that much work done today. So we've got a lot of stuff to do. It's gonna take time, because as we're taking this apart, we're documenting it, we're putting all the nuts and bolts in separate baggies, and we're keeping track, because every single nut and bolt on this entire thing is gonna get sandblasted and Cerakoted. The type of Cerakote that you actually bake on in an oven, so that it's super hard and it's super protected, and it's gonna look good. It's all about those little details. And when this thing has a supercharged Hellcat engine, it's gonna look so sweet. Let me just show you the engine, just so you guys get a final glimpse of what this looked like. It's not terrible for an old car. One nice thing about stripping this car down is any Charger part that's original, we're gonna keep, and we're gonna use on my other Chargers. Nothing's getting thrown away. I mean, all the way down to the wiring. We're keeping it all. Hillbilly's getting the jack stands under, one corner at a time.
No, I got back 2 done. Jack stand.
Now we'll pull the front tires off so that we have room to roll around on the underside while we get the fenders and the hood and the grill and the bumper and everything out of here.
What did you do?
Uh-oh. One of the lug nuts is cross-threaded.
That is very, very cross-threaded. At least it's off. It's getting changed. It'll be fine. Hey, at least the brakes look good still. These will go good on another Charger.
Don't forget to unplug your light.
Thank you, I would have forgot. One valence, expertly removed.
I'm gonna get all the bolts loose in the bumpers.
One bumper.
Grinding will be removed.
Hasn't been off in years. Look at those brackets. This is actually in really good shape. All these brackets can be sandblasted. Yeah, no, we can get it re-chromed. We can do a lot of things. Anybody know a good chrome shop that does quality chrome? Drop us a comment, let us know. We gotta re-chrome this for you. Looks like it's toothless.
What looks like it's toothless?
The Charger. It's missing half its lower jaw. Now that we have the bumper taken apart, now we're gonna get this grill out. Now, this grill, it's got some cracks that I'll be fixing up. This grill by itself is literally like $2,500, but we cannot hurt it taking it off.
And it's in mint condition.
It is in very, 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 very mint condition. These headlight buckets are vacuum actuated, and there's vacuum lines. You just have to be very, 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 very cautious. We're gonna delete the hood real quick. Now this hood is gonna weigh like 250 pounds, because it's a real hood.
Still not as heavy as Caddy. You gotta stand it on foot there. And it's only half the width of a Caddy.
Looking so good. These hood hinges are in amazing condition. Normally you get a hood hinge from that year and they're like all worn out and wallered and
you don't see no paint on the spring. They're all rusty and you can actually see paint on these.
Seriously. I mean, we'll still sandblast them and re-cerakote the spring and blah, 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 and the blah, blah, bleeb. All right, so I've got the hood latch and release lever out. I'm gonna get this upper valence panel off. This is gonna take a while because everything has to be done correctly. We can't just rip through it like we're used to. Luckily, for me, all the bolts are coming out. All right, so what I'm doing now is just trying to dissect wiring and vacuum lines. They don't come out. Look at that, there's a plug. I will actually pull this out with it, and I'll keep all the wiring here. I just have to undo the ground. This actually comes out as an assembly. So I'm just gonna undo the ground. Once we restore this whole grill area, put it all back together as an assembly. So the two that are being super difficult, I figured it out. They have nuts on the backside. It's a lot easier when you finally figure it out. Free save the day. Comes straight out as an entire assembly. So now what I'll do to this is I will take this piece by piece apart and I will fully restore this entire grill assembly. There's brackets that'll get sandblasted and painted. The grill will get fixed. I broke 2 bolts over here. They'll get new bolts put in them. For a 1969, this thing is in amazing shape. So we're trying to get this right-hand fender off.
The whole fender broke.
Oh, good. Oh, good, then we're fine, it's off.
Not good.
Oh, I just might have to change it. These are old machines.
There you go.
This bracket, I just found out, is separate. That goes right here on the core support. So we got a brake right here, a brake in the fender. So this is the first 1969 Dodge Charger I've ever taken apart.
Have you ever taken the other old Chargers apart?
No,
70s model?
Never taken a Charger apart. So there's one bolt that goes right up here. I don't know how the heck to get it because your impact isn't gonna work. So when in doubt, get a bigger tool, throttle it out. Got it. We're gonna take this fender off. This fender's not in bad shape. There was an antenna, oh my heck.
Is it tape?
It's tape. All right, I'm gonna show you how not to do something.
Oh, you can actually fill it out on the fender itself. Yeah, you think it's a dent.
My hand missed it. Boys and girls, you don't ever use a Budweiser can and put Bondo over it. That is not how we do things around here.
Is that not how it works?
It's not how this works.
First to see one of those?
Yeah, that's first. We're gonna have to keep that for souvenirs.
At least aluminum wouldn't rust like that.
Hey, at least they prepped the metal a little. I will hand it to them. That is some clean metal underneath, but that's not how you do it.
Maybe back in the 60s,
and I
70s.
I missed it. This car must have been in a wreck, because I can see right here, and I didn't catch any of this before because we had a hood hinge, but we have a tear right here, a buckle, and look at this. The firewall's all cracked, and they've drilled holes to pull the dent. So we're gonna have to do some fixing on that. Still not bad, still fine, but I think this car used to be green.
But you look at the door and there's yellow.
This car was painted yellow. This is just primer.
So it went green, yellow.
Green, yellow, and then
Primer.
All right, so we've got one side down. So I just gotta get the battery pulled out. We made these cables while we were out in Wyandotte, Oklahoma. And they still look just as good as they did.
Removing one of the fender bolts that I had to cut on the other side. I don't know if it was because Robby used the impact on it, so it stripped it easier or what. So I'm trying to see if it won't do it on this side.
So I got the battery box out. We're gonna need to replace that. It's pretty well rotten.
I'd say rotten.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna need all replaced. It's pretty well rotted.
Might want to look on and get a whole new side.
So we're finding more and more things that we're gonna have to change on this Charger. But that's fine, because we want it perfect.
And for 69, it's actually not too bad for what we've found so far.
No, it's in really good shape. Just about ready to pull the fender off. I had to get the battery box off to get this one bolt down here low. Okay, I got the final bolt. We're gonna have to find a lot of stuff for this. Hey, a homemade shim. Old cars used shims. All right, so these are the inner splash shields. We're gonna get these pulled off right about meow. All right, so now that we have this whole side stripped down, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I didn't see before. We've got a buckle here. That's supposed to be straight and square. We've got torn spot welds right here. So what I'm thinking is that this frame rail is actually up, which has kicked the upper rail back, torn these, and it's buckled there. So I think this whole frame is bent and needs to be pulled out.
So you're saying it's going to drive out of here one last time to go to the frame rack?
It won't drive out, but it might roll out. We won't put it on the frame rack till we have it all stripped. I think we'll leave the wheels to be the last things that come off, but this has got a lot more damage than I thought. I don't like that. Yeah, this has got hammer marks. Somebody's been in here and tried to do some frame repairs.
Remember that cam washer you accused me of losing? Guess what I just found?
The cam washer that didn't get put on?
It rode from Kansas, held on with just a piece of baling wire that's not hooked to nothing. Just, yeah, that's where it was at. All the way from Kansas.
Remember when we pulled this off the other Charger? Voila! Look at all that work for that little guy right there.
Hey, Big Dinner, I got a good joke for you.
Let's hear it.
What do you call a fish on the head?
What do you call a fish on the head?
A poop.
Oh my God.
Why is ants so healthy?
I don't know why.
Because they have little antibodies.
Nice. Little antibodies.
That's a good one, sweetheart. All right, here's day one. Dinner's been leading up to this. He's been eating healthy, doing all the stuff that he's got to do. Now we're gonna start working out with Trainer Steven. You've seen Trainer Steven on the channel a few times. He's gonna be training us. You guys wanna follow along with this journey to getting healthy? Head over to Facebook. We're gonna put a link in the description. We'll hope you guys join us in getting fit. So the goal here is to try to lose some weight and get healthy and feel better. I have a paper over here on the wall that we're gonna be keeping track. So I weighed in today at 232.4 pounds. We've got Dinner rolling in at 374.6 pounds. So he's already been on a little bit of a journey, losing some weight, so he's kicking butt. We're gonna be both trying to just shed as much weight as we can in a healthy way. With the help of Steven and you guys, let's do this together.
Let's work out.
All right, let's get it. So if you guys want to know the workouts that we do, let us know in the comments. Trainer Steven, he's going to be helping with the page. I'm going to be helping with the page. We're going to be doing what we can to tell you guys what we're doing during the week. We want to make this about you guys and about Big Dinner. We'll see you next week.
If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.